This week on the Spotlight, Coach Tibbs sounds off. He's ready for a new season with high intensity. Then we flash back to Mike Ditka and him saying goodbye to the Bears. It was tearful. It was sad way back when. And then, speaking of way back when, the Cubs clinched. Oh, this was an unbelievable scene. And then we close it out this week with the Blackhawks back at the old Chicago Stadium this week. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, this is the 25th year of the Lansing Floral Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You got to get to Jack Desmond's Irish Pub for Benkowski Trivia, Wednesday, October 30th and November 13th at 8 p.m. $10 domestic buckets on Wednesday, easy to reach at 10339 South Ridgeland. They got great food, too. Jack Desmond's Irish Pub. Want to get a haircut from a great hairstylist? Call mine, Rose Murillo, 312-726-2201. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Demi-Tasse Coffee Shop is a great place to go. 1066 West Taylor, right off the UIC campus. Breakfast, lunches, mochas, lattes, cappuccino, tea, baked goods, superb French toast, great chicken salad. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Get to Demi-Tasse on Taylor. You'll like it. Dave McLean Antiques, conveniently located 2716 West 111th Street, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. 6 days a week. Always buying and selling quality antiques, art, silver, coins, vintage bicycles, great wholesale prices, and dealers are welcome. Dave McLean Antiques. Sam & Sons Jewelers, easy to reach at 10640 South Cicero. Custom-made jewelry. They buy, they sell, they trade, they repair. Certified loose diamonds and gemstones. But remember, you can sell them and trade Sam & Sons Jewelers. You've got to get to Calabria Imports, like I do, where I shop for Italian foods, and the deli, 1905 West 103rd Street. If you want to call for catering or sandwiches, they'll make stuff up ahead of time, 773-396-5800. But Calabria on 103rd Street has it all. Welcome to another edition of the Spotlight, and the Bulls prepare for their opener in the NBA season, and Coach Tibbs talks about the way he looks at October.
You get off a little bit, but a lot of it is, you're viewing this entire month as training camp. So you're gradually increasing things. You begin with your plan of what you have to have in order to play your first game. So you have to get your players ready. You have to have your system in and established. But the important thing is to have the right mindset each and every day, to put everything you have into it, not to show any weakness mentally or physically. Move forward, be ready for your opponent.
In the games you've watched Derek play so far, what differences do you notice in him in terms of his aggressiveness, explosiveness?
The aggressiveness has been very, very good, and the explosiveness. There is some rust, and that's to be expected. I think when you miss as much time as he's missed, that you could see, like sometimes he's made a great move and he hasn't finished like he normally would. But the explosion's there. You see it in practice. You see it in the games. The speed is there, and you see his confidence growing.
Are you sensing he's excited today?
No, Derek. I mean, Derek's the same every day. He has a poker face. He's, I think he's prepared himself well. And he's not skipping any steps. He's doing all the right things. Just take it day by day.
Is Heinrich or Dunleavy starting for Jimmy?
They could.
Are these injuries, you mentioned you need more out of the second unit. Are the injuries kind of affecting that second unit's chemistry because second unit players are moving into the starting lineup?
Yeah, no, you're building chemistry, and I think it is important. I think it's important to play. You're building the right habits. Your teammates have to get used to playing with you. But I also think there is a benefit sometimes where, you can, because we're going to have some starters that play with the second unit. There'll be times where, some bench guys will play with the starters. And so we'll see how it goes. You want to take advantage of all the different situations that you have. The one thing I do like about our team is the versatility of the lineup. Dunleavy can play 3 positions. He can start or coming off the bench. Heinrich, to me, is a starter who comes off the bench. Tosh is a starter who comes off the bench. So that gives you pretty good flexibility.
So is Dunleavy starting or coming off the bench?
He could.
Is there any particular level of excitement among the team about playing in front of the home fans for the first time since Derek's come back?
Well, we're fortunate. We have great support here, and we certainly appreciate it. But as I told our players, we can't rely on our fans to get the job done. We have to give them something to cheer about. So we have to play hard, we have to play smart, we have to play together. If we do those things, I think we have very knowledgeable fans here, and there's an appreciation for that.
Are you expecting Derek's minutes to be increased tonight from the first game?
Yeah, we'll see. It's still, it could go either way by a couple minutes, but relatively the same.
Tom, on a different topic, what do you think you learned most from Coach K this summer?
Well, anytime you could be around, a coach like that, and not only Coach K, like a Jim Boeheim and Monty, and of course Jerry Colangelo. I think you learn from every situation that you're in. So it was a great experience for me, and more probably from a leadership perspective. And how clear and concise they all are. And, a guy like Jim Boeheim, just the courage of his convictions to believe in what he does and not to try to be anyone else. He's Jim Boeheim, and the same could be said for Coach K. And then when you look at all the things that Jerry Colangelo has done, it's just incredible. And, Monty's a terrific coach, so I enjoyed it a lot. I learned a lot while I was there. You learn from the players as well, so it was good, all positive.
Would you like to see Derek play both on that World Cup team and the Olympics?
Well, I think it's an honor, and I think that he had a great experience with that. I thought, that experience when he came into the season in 2010, he hit the ground running. But the big thing is we have to, again, you don't want to get ahead of yourself. You want to see where he is at the end of the season. If playing makes the most sense or getting rest, I think Coach K and Jerry Colangelo have done a great job of restoring the importance of USA basketball. So it means a lot. I know when we were, out there with the select team, Kevin Durant came by, Kevin Love came by, and they've committed to playing. So I think it's great because they're the future of our league. They're great young players, and I think they've all enjoyed their experience.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we close out our Bull segment with a tip of the cap to Mike James, the 38-year-old KG veteran who has made this Bulls team the last man on the roster. And congratulations. We hope he gets a couple of minutes here and there and does his thing. Good news.
Since 1967, El Jardín has been serving the finest Mexican food. Before, after, or during ball games, located conveniently just 3 blocks south of Wrigley Field, 3335 North Clark. Whether there's a game or not, you still get hungry, and El Jardín has great service, great food, and great drinks. I've enjoyed every meal I've had there, and you will too. So get to El Jardín for great Mexican food at 3335 North Clark Street in Chicago. You'll be glad you did. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. You've got to get to Kelly's Tavern. You'll have a good time. I'm cracking up thinking about it. Benkowski Trivia, 44th and Wallace.
October 25th and November 8th at 8 p.m. Come out and play. Bring your friends. It's fun. Kelly's Tavern, 44th and Wallace. See you over there. Cornelio's Mobile Auto Glass. They come to you. You call them at 773-908-6081. Lowest prices, new and used. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. They'll do your windshield, back window, or sides. They did a great job for me. They'll do a great job for you, and you'll be amazed at how quickly they come in and finish it up. Cornelio's Mobile Auto Glass. For a great meal, get to Amelia's Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner daily, private parties and catering, a unique mixture of fine dining and Mexican specialties brought to you by the great chef Eusebio Garcia. They're at 46th and Halsted. I've had great meals there, and you will too. Amelia's Bar and Grill, 46th and Halsted.
Thanks for coming today. Mike and I have been reviewing the team and what our prospects are. I think that, in my opinion, we face a major rebuilding effort. Maybe it can be done in a year, maybe it'll take a little bit longer. But it's going to have to be a substantial effort. We're going to have to find some new ways to do some things, ways different than we've done them in the past. Going to be a premium on fresh ideas and a new start. I've come to the difficult conclusion that it's best to start that process with a new head coach. However, I'd like to emphasize that in looking back on the last 11 years, the Bears have been very fortunate to have a head coach of Mike's quality.
I try to do this with class. I don't know if I can. Scripture tells you that all things shall pass. This too shall pass. Regrets, just a few, but too few to remember. I can't sing it quite as good as he did. 32 years, and I have a lot of people to thank. You know, I have a lot of coaches that I worked for over the years as a player, as assistant coach. Of course, I have to thank Coach Hallis. I guess you got to thank the players most because they make it happen. I was blessed. I came here and I inherited a hell of a football team. Man, you got Walter Payton, you got a hell of a football team. We drafted some good kids. We took a run. Pretty good. We did a pretty good job. Players make it happen. Had some great assistant coaches. I respect every one of them. Really loved everyone I've ever had. Disagreements or no disagreements, they've been very vital in my life. I've had my run-ins with you guys, and I've had a lot of support from you. I appreciate it. I thank you. I thank the fans of this city. You know, the Bears will come back. Mike Ditka will survive. I'll land on my feet. There's no problem about that. I don't worry about that. I worry about how this organization is perceived. I believe it will go forward. It will try to do the things necessary to make the adjustments to get through the 90s the way it should. I would hope that. It's pretty hard to erase 17 years. Not much else I can say, but thank you. I appreciate it, and This too shall pass.
And with those remarks, the end to the Mike Ditka era, for all practical purposes, ends here at Lake Forest with the Chicago Bears. And there were some teary-eyed reporters. They had a very, very emotional and, as you can see, short scene. We'll be back with our Bulls and Blackhawks coverage coming up. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700.
And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget, the Illinois Lottery, too.
That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski.
Little Frank's Pizzeria and Bar, Thursday, $1.50 Miller Old Style. And of course, my trivia games alternate Thursdays, the next one, November 7th at 8 p.m. You know they have $12 large pizza and pitcher all day, every day? Easy to reach at 79th and Narragansett. Check out Little Frank's. You'll be glad you did. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Amelia's Bar and Grill at 46th and Halsted. They're open for lunch and dinner daily. They have private parties and catering, a very unique mixture of fine dining and Mexican specialties brought to you by Chef Eusebio Garcia. Great place, Amelia's Bar and Grill at 46th and Halsted.
It looks catchable. And for the first time since 07-08, that's 1907-08, the Cubs are in the playoffs for the second time. Consecutive seasons. Let's go outside and look. An amazing scene, actually somewhat subdued by the incredible police presence. So many police on hand, not wanting it to get out of hand. Probably a wise thing. The fact that it's daytime probably keeps it a little better under control as well. But the fans are cheering in, they're cheering there, they're cheering on every corner. And you've seen the wedding scenes, people celebrating in different ways, the shirts being sold. A lot of excitement. Addison is sealed off. Clark is sealed off. But no seal off of the joy for the fans who've waited so long. And really, on top of last year's playoff, the wait wasn't that long. The fact that they clinched with a week left in the season gives Lou Piniella a chance to rest people going into the playoffs, cuts down some of the nervousness, and basically sitting back to find out who they will play in round number 1. Let's just soak up the moment. Let's go back in and soak up the moment.
that's a random sample of the Cubs clinching the 2008 National League Central Division. We'll be back with more in the Spotlight right after these messages.
I eat on the pasta twice.
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area. Meet people, have a tremendous time. At Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria, Grand and Racine, you'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's.
Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. You got to check out Beefy's, a neighborhood tradition since 1987. Besides the obvious Italian beef, they got the famous chicken sub. They got double cheese. You can dine in or carry out. It's a very extensive menu. Conveniently located at 58th and Harlem. You're going to like Beefy's. Check it out. Riley's Trick Shop, the place to go for Halloween costumes. Football strip cards, custom t-shirts, gag gifts, tricks, jokes, and magic kits. Their new location, 8086 West 111th Street in Palos Hills, just a touch past Roberts Road. Riley's Trick Shop.
Welcome to another edition of the Benkowski Sports Spotlight, and I know you're wondering, where are they this week? Well, it's not any of the Chicago stadiums. We're here at the Chicago Sports Authority, the place to go for all kinds of sporting materials, kind of like what I'm wearing. It is a very classic sweat or sweater, wear it either way, Chicago Bears logo. After the victory, I'm proud to wear it. Of course, we're at Harlem and Higgins on the northwest side of Chicago. Easy to reach off the banks of the Kennedy Expressway. And we'll be displaying more of the materials and the wide variety of items they have here at the Chicago Sports Authority a little later on in the program. But first, we're going to start the show with Blackhawks coverage. The Hawks have been playing very well. Ed Belfour is the reigning NHL Player of the Week. And I was at the game against the New York Islanders, a game that the Hawks didn't start very well.
Things broke bad midway through the first period. This Hawk apparent power play goal was disallowed, and then it got worse. The Isles scored. A quick one, and it was 1-0 New York. Sandwiched around a Jeremy Roenick goal, the Islanders again to take a 2-1 lead early in the second period. When Steve Larmer scored, he cut the Isles' lead to 3-2, and Ed Belfour played brilliantly in goal to keep the Hawks in it. Steve Smith would score. The game winner, Greg Gilbert, the empty netter to clinch it. Let's talk to Steve Smith.
Didn't try to do anything too fancy, just got it through to the net. Hope we got a bounce off the goalie's pads and put it into an empty net off the side.
Personally, how do you like shooting from the point?
Well, there's no doubt that anytime you can chip in on as part of the team, it's gratifying. But I think that with a partner like Chris, he draws so much attention, it leaves me open, and I just get pucks through. I'm not trying to score goals, not trying to do anything fancy except get the pucks through and hope forwards can jump on rebounds.
Jeremy, in the last couple weeks, you guys, despite any slump you had, have played quite well. Do you see any similarities to any point late last season or any of that playoff streak you were on? Any of the play you've had in the last couple weeks?
Well, like I said before, it doesn't matter who's in the slump. If you're winning hockey games, you really shouldn't look at the personal things. That's our main objective in this locker room is to win hockey games, to be number one in the league, to be number one in the division, and win the Stanley Cup. And it takes 25 guys, whether you're playing or you're not playing, to win hockey games. And just because one guy isn't scoring and one guy isn't doing the job, it doesn't mean that you're not going to win hockey games. And I have a lot of proud guys in this locker room that are going to stand behind me when I'm feeling a little bit down, and we're going to still win hockey games no matter what.
Physically, how close are you to 100%?
I don't know. You know, obviously there are a lot of things that are bothering me, but you know you can play through those things, and you work hard, and they kind of get your mind off things. But you know, you're never 100% when you're in the season like we go through. There's a lot of bumps and bruises, and you know, you just have to make sure you take care of yourself.
Gotta appreciate Jeremy Roenick's work ethic. Now, Saturday night, the Blackhawks played brilliantly, shutting out Minnesota. Then they were back at the stadium for a strange afternoon. Jeff Altshull was there for the spotlight.
You know, for us, it's just, you know, we go out there and have some fun with the kids and relax a little bit, so it was a great day.
Last night, of course, a tremendous performance against the North Stars up in Minnesota. A shutout. Today, a shutout in the skills competition. Do we see this streak going?
Well, we're just going to keep working hard, and, you know, if we get the breaks and we're in the groove, then hopefully, you know, we'll get the odd shutout now and again. You know, the guys play a great defensive game in front of me, and that makes it a lot easier to get the shutouts like last night. So, you know, all the credit goes to the guys in front of me.
And Ed Belfour would go on to win a Stanley Cup as a member of the Dallas Stars. See you next week. This week's show brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop.
Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero.
In-print graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound, saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing. Call 708-396-1010.